Welcome to 2026, whether you're ready for it or not, right? So the new year usually means fashion predictions. And before you click away thinking, oh great, someone's gonna tell me skinny jeans are dead again, don't worry. These are not that kind of predictions, and this is not that kind of video. Today, we are not talking about specific trends. We're talking about bigger shifts in fashion, how women are shopping, how we're thinking about our wardrobes, and honestly, how tired we are of the way fashion has worked for the last few years. I've been covering fashion for over 20 years now, and my company, Adore Your Wardrobe, actually turns 10 this year. And when you spend that much time studying how women shop, how they dress, how they build their closets, you start to see patterns before anyone else does. So these predictions aren't coming from runways or a fashion week recap. They're coming from real conversations inside my community, in my DMs, and yes, on Instagram and Threads. Side note, I love Threads. So if you're over there, please come over and say hi. And one more thing before we dive in. For every prediction, I'm also gonna give you a little warning because the fashion industry is very good at taking real movements and then turning them into marketing nonsense. And I want you to be able to cut through the noise in 2026. All right, are you ready? Let's do it. Let's bring out the crystal ball and see if I know what I'm talking about. Hey everybody, it's Kelly Snyder from Adore Your Wardrobe, and if this is your first time here, I just want to say welcome. I'm super glad you found this channel. For the last 10 years, I've run an online fashion education program called Adore Your Wardrobe, and it helps women demystify fashion by learning how to dress their unique body types using formulas based in math and science. We talk cuts, proportion, fabrics, colors, accessories, all the things that make outfits work without chasing trends or losing yourself in the process. Okay, 2026. My predictions is what I believe you'll see both in the industry and in your own wardrobe by the end of the year. All right, prediction number 1. Fabric content becomes a selling point. As clothes get more expensive, which honestly they already have, people want pieces that last longer while also feel worth the money. We're tired of sweaters that pill after a season, or tops that can't make it through a couple washes, or jeans that don't keep their shape. We want quality, and we want things that fit well for multiple seasons. So shoppers are going to start paying more attention to the fiber labels. You know those little labels on the back of your shirt or pants or sewn in really irritatingly to the side of a shirt? Because in our minds, natural fibers is going to equal quality. And brands know this. So you're going to see a lot more emphasis in marketing on things like 100% cashmere or 100% cotton or 100% linen, all natural fibers, no synthetics. But here's my warning, and this one does matter. Fabric content is really not black and white. You can have 100% cashmere sweater made from poor quality fibers, and it's gonna pill after one season and need to be donated. And you can have a polyester dress that's made from high quality fabric that lasts for decades. Fabric content is just one piece of the puzzle. The quality of the fiber, the construction, and the fit matter just as much, if not more. Prediction number 2. Curated closets replace constant consumption. If this one doesn't make you nod your head as I'm talking about it, I don't know if anything else in the rest of this video will. Because we are tired. Can we talk about that? We are tired. We are tired of watching Amazon hauls. We are tired of Target fast fashion. We are tired of feeling like we need something new every other day just to feel current. And this tiredness that we experienced in 2025 is why 2026, the pendulum is gonna swing toward less, but better. And here's the emotional part that in my opinion doesn't really get talked about enough. A curated closet doesn't have to limit you. It actually frees you. The less things you have, the more quality they are, there's less decision fatigue, there's less regret, There's less, why do I feel like I have nothing to wear, but my closet is literally like exploding out? So while your clothing budget may remain the same or even increase a little bit, it means fewer pieces with more intention and closets that work for your life instead of overwhelming you. Now here's the warning. More expensive does not actually mean better. Price tags lie, but quality never does. The logo or the store it was bought at or the cost of something doesn't mean that it's worth owning. The fabric quality, the construction, its versatility, its cost per wear, and the style longevity, those are the filters you need to think as you are creating and curating your wardrobe. Prediction number 3, dressing for in-person life is gonna make a comeback. We are social again, like actually social, not like fake social. And we are craving in-person experiences, not just texts and comments and quick FaceTimes. So we're gonna see more conferences and more book clubs and more Bible studies and more seeing people from head to toe instead of shoulders up on Zoom. And that means, friends, putting ourselves together matters again. Now, let me be clear before anyone starts getting defensive and starts throwing shade in my comment section telling me to quit judging them, because I've experienced that when I've made these comments on threads, and I've experienced it when I've talked to people in real life. There is this feeling that I should be able to dress however I want to, whenever I want to, and no one should be able to judge me. But I want you to know this is really not about impressing people. This is not about what they think. This is about you showing respect for the moment, for the people that you're with, and honestly, for yourself. It's about dressing appropriately for the event. Culture is starting to shift towards that feeling again, that feeling of connectedness. And so it's time to retire your super stretched out, soft, comfy pull-on pants and the sweatshirt, okay? Comfy is not style. And please remember, no one's asking you to dress like a runway model for book club. Just a little effort, well, it goes a really long way. Prediction number 4. And that is that personal style is going to beat the trend cycles. Okay, trend cycles are moving so fast now. By the time you decide whether you even like something or want to add it to your wardrobe, the internet a lot of times has already moved on. Take wide leg jeans. Some of us took years, myself included, to finally give that style a spot in our wardrobe. And now I'm pretty sure we're about one trend cycle away from it being declared out again. And women our age, dude, we are exhausted by that. And on top of that, Gen Z is deeply into thrifting. And not just because it saves money, which it does, but because they want something unique. They want something not everyone else has, and they're tired of the herd mentality. So in 2026, I really see that kind of Gen Z culture bubbling up and personal style becoming the new flex. It's not going to be what's everyone else wearing, but instead it's going to be what actually works for me. And that's where formulas win. Understanding your body, your proportions, and your lifestyle, all of that matters far more than whatever TikTok or the gram says is in this week. Now, I gotta give you a word of caution, because personal style does not mean wearing the same clothes year after year after year. That is not personal style. That is a ticket straight to Frumpsville, okay? Your wardrobe should always be tended and curated and evolving. And that means adding a few new pieces each season, thoughtfully, intentionally, not chasing all the trends, but keeping things fresh. Prediction number 5. And that's that tailoring becomes mainstream again. As women invest in better pieces, they're going to stop settling for good enough fit. Tailors and understanding construction of a garment are about to have a real moment. And I don't think me telling you that a tailor is important or that they can take a so-so item and make it fantastic is necessarily mind-blowing to you. You know that you can take in a blazer or hem pants to the perfect length or adjust a waist so you never have to pull up your pants or wear a belt again. But I'm also thinking that we are going to start seeing more higher end construction details showing up in ready to wear clothing. Things that tailors typically add, but now we're going to see them in the construction off the rack. Details like darts and princess seams and paneling and lining and individual and additional hooks and invisible zippers and blind hems. We're all going to start seeing these details being used more often in the ready-to-wear pieces. And knowing what these details are and how they affect fit on you makes you a very educated shopper. You're going to be able to spot them, these little details, before you even add something to your cart or before you even step into a dressing room. And if you don't already have a go-to tailor, Google and Yelp can be your best friend. Read the reviews. And then my advice, start with one item and see how they do. A good tailor is worth their weight in gold. But a bad one, well, they just ruin clothes, honestly. Okay, prediction number 6. Capsule wardrobes are out. Seasonal and lifestyle wardrobe edits are in. All right, this may be another one in which you're gonna come after me with your pitchforks and your lighted torches. But I really do believe that capsule wardrobes had their place and they were really helpful, but I think people are starting to feel like they're becoming way too rigid. And minimalism, which is essentially why people do capsule wardrobes, can feel restrictive and it can start to squelch your creativity. And then finally, like if you didn't already own all the pieces in a capsule wardrobe, you were either buying new items to complete the outfit, or you were wondering why the outfit didn't look quite right on you because it wasn't exactly like the picture, even though you were told that you could substitute for whatever you wanted to. And those feelings, right, create the exact opposite of what a capsule wardrobe was supposed to do, right? Capsule wardrobes were supposed to, take away frustration, and instead they were adding to it. So what I honestly think we are going to see moving forward is more seasonal and lifestyle edits. So an edit is different because it's tied to how you live, either an activity or a season or a location. It's a small subset of your overall wardrobe, and it's created for a specific purpose. Think like a specific travel edit for a 7-day car adventure or a 7-day cruise. Pieces that can be mixed and matched to create multiple outfits for different events. Maybe a pair of pants in a performance fabric that's easy to wash, or shoes with lots of support for walking, but also look great with a dress for dinner. And then you have those pieces in your edit that can be worn and changed out again for your next adventure. Or maybe you have a lake edit that's a combination of suits and cover-ups and easy to wear separates. So you can easily put outfits together so you're focusing more on fun with the family and less of what you're going to wear. Or maybe you live in a warmer climate and a winter edit that contains items of winter colors, but in fabrics and styles that still keep you cool. Edits are intentional and they're flexible and they're realistic. But of course, I had to give you a little advice. And that advice is to keep your edit manageable. This isn't about building an entire wardrobe. It's really about creating a focused subset for a specific reason. Okay, and my last prediction, which is prediction number 7, and that's buying gets smarter. Shopping is always going to be fun, or at least I think it's fun, but I see it shifting from this entertainment that it has been over the last few years to really empowered decision making. Women are starting to think about things like cost per wear, which is the cost compared to how many times I think I'm going to wear it, or durability and construction, specifically how is this garment made, or opportunity cost, like do I really want this in the moment, or do I want to save for a purchase I really want more, and sustainability, like what's my long-term value and the impact of the item. But here's the warning on this. Even though all those things are important and I think can be really, really, really great to use when you're shopping, you can get lost in the data. Fashion's still supposed to be fun, okay? And sometimes loving how an item makes you feel, that's gonna matter way more than whether it's technically a smart purchase on paper. Guys, the goal isn't perfection. It's just intention. Okay, those are my 7 predictions. And if any of those had you nodding your head in agreement or having a moment where you're like, I like where this is going, know that I've been teaching most of these things for the last 10 years. Not trends, but formulas for dressing your body type. I don't like chaos, but I want you to have clarity and knowing what works and doesn't work. And finally, I hate comparison. I want you to have confidence. Confidence in how you look, but also how you shop. But the first step, and I've been saying this for the last 10 years, is to understand your body type and the best way of dressing it. And if you are not sure what your body type is, I want you to know that I've got you covered. If you click the link below in the description and enter 3 measurements into our proprietary body type calculator, you're gonna learn your body type and you're gonna get information on the best way of dressing it. And the best part, it's 100% free. So go ahead, take that next step. You got this. All right, remember friends, fashion isn't about buying more stuff. It's about buying the right stuff. And we all deserve a wardrobe we adore, full of pieces that fit, flatter, and make us feel amazing when we wear them. So if you found this video helpful, can you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more fashion tips, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.